Hello everyone and welcome to Dishonored. Oh man, I love this game so much. One of my absolute favourites of the previous generation of games. It was a toss-up for me personally between this and Spelunky as my personal favourite game of 2012, but for the purposes of this video series I'm going to say that it was Dishonored. Such a cool game, man, absolutely love it. And at the time that I'm recording this, earlier today I just watched the Bethesda E3 press conference for 2016, of course the big highlight of which was the gameplay reveal and demonstration of Dishonored 2. Wow, that game looks amazing, and it just got me so psyched. I was planning to do this series for a while, but not for a while, and I thought, you know what, I'll start it now because I really want to play some Dishonored, man. And I am going to be doing this in low chaos. Now, I love, normally with this kind of thing, because I love the thief games and stuff like that, I like doing no trace runs, no alerts, no kills, ghost walk basically. But this time, I think it would just be too time consuming for me to edit out all the failed attempts at me ghosting every single level. So I'm just going to go for absolutely 0 kills and as stealthy and low chaos as I can. Let's get started. You have just returned from a journey of several months, visiting the other nations in the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the Rat Plague. You must deliver their diplomatic response to the Empress, whom you serve as Lord Protector.
Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else, and the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace. Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it.
Alright, so the story of this game is very simple, not really its strongest suit, I've got to say, but still very good story. Basically you play as Corvo Attano, who is the Lord Protector of the Empress. The Empress rules over the Empire of the Isles, which is 4 islands, and this island, Bristol, is the seat of the Empire. The capital city of Dunwall, which is where we are now, is where this game takes place. And basically Corvo has just completed a tour of the other nations to ask for help in combating this rat plague, which has swept this city and caused lots of destruction. And he's basically coming home now to deliver the bad news that no one else is prepared to help with it. So, pretty grim. Has a really cool, it's like anachronistic steampunk style, this game. It's set kind of in a very close fantasy equivalent of real world Europe. So there's like a snowy northern island which is you know, based on like Scandinavia. There is this one which is based on the UK. There's the island of Morley, which is based on Scotland and Ireland, sort of Celtic style, foggy and that kind of thing. And then there is the island of Serkonos, which is where Dishonored 2 takes place, in the city of Karnaka, which is the capital city. This game we're in Dunwall, which is a smoky, smoggy, plague-infested industrial revolution, sort of similar to London, but a little bit cooler. And here we go. Okay, Dunwall Tower. This is where the Empress lives.
Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait! Let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
Okay, go on.
Okay, here we go.
This is Emily Coldwin, the daughter of the Empress. And it's not considered... Well, I don't consider it a spoiler to tell you guys that he is also Corvo's daughter. Corvo and the Empress are like secret lovers. And this is their daughter, Emily. And she is voiced in this game by Chloe Grace Moretz, who is enormously talented actress. She was in the Carrie remake, she's Hit Girl in the Kick-Ass films, and she's pretty cool person as well in real life, like very like clever, especially for how young she is, and she's a big gamer. So she really like builds the character well, and Emily in this game is 10 years old. Now, Dishonored 2 is set 15 years later, and she is obviously going to be 25 years old in that game, and you can play as either Corvo or Emily in Dishonored 2, which I think is awesome. The one other thing I will say about that, which I need to get off my chest, is my absolute favourite voice actor of all time is Stephen Russell, who is of course Nick Valentine in Fallout 4. He is also all the Mr. Handy and Mr. Gutsy robots in the Fallout games. He is... what else is he? Well, he's obviously going to be most iconically known as the voice of Garrett in the Thief games, apart from the 4th Thief game, which we don't talk about, because it is shit. And Stephen Russell is doing the voice of Corvo in Dishonored 2, which I am so excited for, man. I can't, it's such a perfect choice for me. And we got a little bit of that in the press conference, and it did not disappoint. Cannot wait for that. Such a perfect choice for the role. Such a great voice actor as well. The other thing is he's Bellathor and Mercer Frey and a load of other characters in Skyrim. That's what a lot of people will know him for. So we're just playing hide and seek with Emily here. It's just a way of showing you the very basic stealth mechanics. Notice the indicator at the bottom left shows that we are in sneaking mode, and we can use... I'm using a controller, so I'm using the Y button to lean around corners like so.
Or maybe here.
No, not over there, Emily.
Okay, you win. We should go now, so Mother can see you too.
Okay, I won.
Later,
Lead the
when
way,
we do
Emily.
more climbing lessons, someday I'm going to climb up to the rooftop.
This is all exposition which is sort of built on in Dishonored 2, like, she says, I'm going to climb to the rooftop. In Dishonored 2, she is Empress, and she, like, goes out at night climbing over the rooftops to escape the sort of stress of her position and stuff.
Welcome home, Lord Protector. Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been. They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
I think it's a pretty good painting. This is Anton Sokolov, who is a painter and inventor and scholar in the world. He's very respected. He will come into it a lot more later on. And this guy in the red coat is an enormous dickhole. His name is High Overseer Campbell, and we will see more of him very soon. No more beating around the bush, let's go up and meet the Empress. That's not the Empress.
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
You just know he's evil, don't you? Listen to his voice.
Corvo. 2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
Yeah, you seem like a nice guy, you. That's the Lord Regent. And again, we will have more dealings with him in a bit.
Leave them alone.
Think you'll get your own squad after what happened last night? Yes, of course.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
Bad news. Very bad.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are
It
they
was
doing on the
Lord
rooftop?
Voldemort.
What? Emily, come here!
Oh dear. Okay, so this is just a very quick combat tutorial. Shows you how to use your blade and pistol, but even though you basically have to fend these guys off with full combat, it doesn't count towards actually killing anyone, so it doesn't count towards a non-lethal playthrough, which is what I'm going for. So we can use left trigger or left mouse, I think it is, to fire the pistol, and right trigger to use the blade, and right bumper, shoulder button to block with the sword, like so. I guess because they sort of teleport away, that it doesn't really count for them actually being killed, but there we go.
Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here... No more! Not again!
Mommy!
No! Get away from her! Corvo!
Mommy! Get away! Corvo!
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one. You'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Take him.
Dishonored. So yeah, it's not too difficult to work out why this game is called Dishonored. The guy who we saw actually murder the Empress is Dowd. He is certainly one of the most important characters in the game, and again, a lot more on him later on. 6 months have passed since you were accused by the Royal Spymaster of murdering the Empress and conspiring to abduct her daughter Emily, the royal heir. Now locked away in Coldridge prison, the time of your execution draws near. Well, obviously we can't have that. Gotta get out of here.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
Do you want to not do that?
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak, and that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo. Guards! Take him back to his cell.
This isn't over, you bald bastards. Both of them are getting eliminated. Not killed, just eliminated.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Ooh, intriguing. So, yeah, there is a non-lethal... You do not have to kill anyone in this game, not a single person, even the targets you are sent out to eliminate. There is a non-lethal option for all of them, and one of the things that is particularly awesome about this game is that the non-lethal option is quite often way worse than just killing the person. So let's eat some bread, and underneath the bread is an anonymous message. Corvo, who we are is irrelevant right now, just know that we have faith in you. Here is the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. And good luck. We need you alive and well for what's to come. A friend. I'll have that. Get the hell out of here, man. Okay, there's a nice sword there and some coinage. Lots of loot sort of lying around that you can take, things that replenish your HP and currency which you can use to buy ammo and upgrades. Okay, so basically when we're behind someone undetected, we can either assassinate them silently or like strangle them until they're unconscious. And when the person has been either killed or knocked unconscious and is falling to the ground, you can hold down the X button to pick them up and put them over your shoulder before they hit the ground. So we'll see that here. Yoink! When we're strangling him, we can also move slowly backwards, carry him. And you can't move as quickly with someone on your shoulder, but this is still absolutely the best option. Because a big problem that you face when you're doing fully stealthy runs is going to be people discovering bodies, basically. I think... no, he's going that way, which is fine. Oh dear. Okay, well, let's call that a practice run, shall we? A bit too risky there. What I will be doing as well, actually, in light of this, is just dropping quick saves every now and then, just so I can repeat the same thing a couple of times. I'm not going for, as I said before, I'm not going for no trace, I'm just going for as stealthy as I can and no fatalities. It changes the ending and it changes some other aspects of the game, depending on how you choose to play. If you play High Chaos, you face people head on and you murder them, then you get a different ending, and you also get more rats and more weepers, which are like the plague-infested zombies. If you create more corpses, then more corpses will be reanimated as zombies and be lurking around and stuff. It just suits the style of play that I prefer a lot more, is to go non-lethal, because the Thief games are among my favourite games of all time, and I love the way that you... well, I mean, you can kill people in Thief, but it's just not a good way to play. What you want to do is, you know, just be thieving, just sneaking past people, taking their stuff and leaving without a trace. And that's what makes those games so kind of scary and so tense, so challenging. And I just prefer to play it this way. If you've been framed for murdering someone, I feel like a more appropriate way to get revenge or retribution would be to sort of end these people's careers and professional lives and like bankrupt them and stuff, rather than just to carve through everyone you see. It's much more satisfying for me to serve the dish of revenge pleasantly chilled rather than boiling hot and angry. And there's a pistol here, a health elixir, and this game has sort of climbing things like this where you can vault up edges, make some yummy tins of food. Each pistol gives you 1 bullet. The bullets generally are pretty destructive. You can even daisy chain them, so if enemies are coming at you all in a row, then you can like line them up, shoot the first one, and the bullet travels through his back into the next person and into the next person, and it's really, really satisfying. You can look through the keyhole of a door without opening it, so we can see there's a guy on the other side who has a key on his belt. We need that key. We're just going to... Quiet now. Just going to take this guy back here. One thing you need to be careful of if you're going for non-lethal as well is accidentally killing people when they're unconscious. Like, for example, if I were to throw this guy down off the edge, it might kill him, which would count as 1 death caused by me. Also, if you're trying to hide unconscious bodies, you know, and you can like throw them into the water and they'll drown. So it's quite nice. There's different layers of strategy involved in being stealthy, which is good. Even though the stealth mechanics in and of themselves are quite simplistic, one of the absolute best things about this game by a country mile is how like fluidic the controls feel. Just moving about in the world is so satisfying and so like silky smooth. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Get in there? No. Just take this guy back here a little bit. Obviously it's just, in this first level the patrols are very simple and the enemies like movement is not diverse, but it's still just good practice to not leave a body under a light in a corridor, you know? Just want to like hide people in corners, keep them together, just so you can keep track of everything. And I have done a complete ghost run of this before, on the hardest difficulty setting. So that was no alerts, no kills, no bodies discovered, hardest difficulty setting, and it was pretty tricky. There was a lot of trial and error and a lot of quick saving. In fact, I'm just going to drop a quick save now.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew. Unless accompanied by
Okay.
an officer of the
We're
law.
nearly at the interrogation room.
Solitary wing must be scheduled in advance.
Then we need to cross the prison yard. The rats are not dangerous when they are like this, but they form swarms which will then attack you. The swarms also devour corpses and stuff like that, so that's can be used like to your tactical advantage. This is the interrogation room where we were getting nastily tortured before by those 2 bald fuckers. And there are these audiographs which are like primitive audio logs basically, and no immersive first-person game in the Looking Glass style would be complete without audio logs, now would it? Duty officers reports Corvo's interrogation. Corvo Atano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves, follow their orders without hesitation, and keep the torturer under control. If Corvo dies in his hands, instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next week. Very nice. And there he is, the Royal Spymaster. Absolute dick. Have a quick listen to this.
Corvo's unconscious again. Though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
Okay. And in this safe we'll find the clockwork explosive that we need to blow open the prison door. Normally, like I said several times already, I prefer to go like completely ghost walking it, but there are certain things that you cannot avoid doing. Like, you have to blow up the outer bulkhead of the prison in order to get out, so that's just something you've got to deal with, but it doesn't mean you have to get, you know, seen. You can play it in a way which... Obviously the people are alerted by the explosion, but you can be long gone before they can ever see you. That guy has a key that we need, I think. Possibly. Oh, no, I don't think we need it actually, but still going to take both of these guys down. The next room is the trickiest in this level.
Ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir.
Turn around.
Crap.
Bright eyes. Turn around. Up. Didn't see that? No, he didn't. Okay. Let's take this guy back up here and hide him. This looks like a perfect place to do that. There we go.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Just going to drop a quick save again. Ignore me. This guy doesn't move. He's like... A lot of people in... Yoink! A lot of people in this stage are static just to, you know, like ease you into the gameplay essentially. This level is ludicrously easy, but the next room can be a bit of a challenge because you have to sync up 3 guard patrols and there aren't many like hiding places.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
Remember how I did
Escorts
this?
through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance.
Yeah,
with 1
but everything
week's
has to be
notice.
set up today.
Okay, so there's this like these two connected offices here, and the guys can see you through the window. Then there's just this guy patrolling outside, and if we slyly move around here, I think we can take this guy quickly. There we go. Now we can hide behind this wall. Just lean out, see this guy's looking in my direction, having a cigarillo. So, once he's gone, or once he's turned, we will make a break for it. Come on now, in your own time.
Attention. Tomorrow's
Thank
execution
you.
will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Move around here, I think that's all good, no trace. And we'll just drop the body down here in this bush. Should be fine. Put in another quick save. Where is he? I can see the other guy over there, and he can see you approaching from this direction. Alright, here we go. Nope. That's bad. Hopefully we can get him before he turns around. Good boy. Quickly check this way for the other fella. And go for it.
Attention. The solitary wing is off
I'm
limits
going
maintenance
to
crews, unless accompanied by
take
an
him out
officer
this
of
way
the
as
watch.
well,
Escort through the solitary
for a
wing
reason
must
which I will
be
explain in a
scheduled
moment.
advance, with 1
I am
week's
going for no trace. I might as well on this level. There's no point alerting people at this point, we're nearly out. Okay. And the other guy's patrol. Just trying to see which way he's facing. Can't really see, but let's risk it. Yeah, he's fine. There's a door in between the 2 offices here, so we can see. There he is. Okay, another one down. And to me the most satisfying way to play games like this is just to not take anyone out unless you absolutely have to. You know, like, stacking up unconscious bodies like this just doesn't feel quite as suave as just sneaking around them and taking advantage of their stupidity, going in and out, completing the objective without anyone ever knowing you were there at all. That's what I love about stealth games. But it's much easier for me in the interests of this playthrough to just be a bit more casual with it. Lovely money, some bullets, Pratchett jellied eels. No affiliation with the late great Terry Pratchett. Okay, use the door controls that opens this bulkhead here. There's a couple of guys in this area as well. Let's drop another quick save. Sometimes these guys, like, have a conversation when you first encounter them. I mean, not these specific guys, just guards in general. When you first go into a room or first get within earshot, they will have like a scripted conversation, and if you interrupt it in any way, they will be alerted. So, oh, okay, come with me before that guy gets around there. Cheers. Just going to take this guy out this way again. Now, the reason why I'm doing this with all these guards is because when you blow open the door, which is at the end of the other end of the corridor, some guards automatically come up from behind you, I think 3, and you can get out before they see you, but they can also detect bodies. You know, that if you've left bodies lying around, they can turn around and see them, so it's in my interests to just, like, not leave a trail of destruction. There's this guy over here. Go underneath. See what I can do about this. Probably try and catch him as his patrol goes back to the right, which should be very soon. Come on. Come on, little guard. Just gotta play the waiting game. What's he doing? There he goes. Okay. No. Oh dear, he saw me. Okay, well, we know that we have to get him going back to the left then, so let's just see. Okay. I'll just get as far as I can around this corner. I feel like I'm slightly in his, like, cone of vision sort of thing, so all of the people in Dunwall only seem to know one song, and it's the Drunken Whaler song, which is, like, basically just for promotional purposes for this game. Because it was a new IP published by Bethesda, they wanted to, I guess, like, build some interest in it through the promotional, like, marketing materials and stuff. And so quite a clever thing that they did was they basically rewrote the lyrics of Drunken Sailor, the old sea shanty, and called it Drunken Whaler because everything in this game is powered by whale oil, including the pistol that I'm holding and all the kind of electrical style appliances are all powered by whale oil. And so the first gameplay trailer had this Drunken Sailor song over it, and that was like, I was sort of vaguely aware of the game anyway, just because I already knew about Arcane, the studio, because of Arx Fatalis and Dark Messiah, both of which I like quite a lot. But I didn't really have an invested interest in it until I saw the original gameplay trailer, which had this Drunken Sailor song over it, and it was like, yeah, I totally fell for it, fell for the hype, and I'm really glad I did, because it is one of my favourite games, certainly of the last like 10 years or something. Okay, we can close this bulkhead again behind us, which just gives us an advantage. Now there is this huge dumpster here, which you can hide bodies in, like so, and you find these like over different parts of the game. You can hide in them yourself, or you can hide like multiple bodies in them. It's quite clever how they've placed this here, because if you hide all the unconscious bodies in there and then blow up the door, it kills them. So that's why I was hiding them further back. Right, so what's going to happen when I blow up the door here is that a load of guys are going to come from behind, and there's also some guys stationed outside the prison on lookout, and then when we go out the bridge will raise and we have to dive into the water and remain unseen. So let's give it a try. I'm going to stay quite close to the door in spite of the explosion. Here we go. Alright, there's some guards basically the way that I'm facing, so we need to get this way into the sewers. Hope they don't see us. There they are. No, they're just stupid. You're so stupid! Okay, we reached the sewer tunnels. We're halfway out. Maybe a little more. There are some like little secret things in here and some various things that you can go and collect, but I don't really feel like we need them. I'm not playing on a difficulty setting that makes resources hard to gather or anything like that. You have escaped Coldridge prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach the Wrenhaven River, they'll promise to aid you in your next move. Lovely.
Use some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident. You think he had help? Who'd know?
Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us, a friend who will meet you soon. Eat this to restore that tiny bit of health I lost in the explosion. We go over the top here, we can see there's a swarm of rats. This is a number enough which makes it dangerous. When these guards open the door, they get devoured by the rats, like so. Shows you how the environmental hazards work, and it doesn't count as you killing them, because obviously it was the rats who killed them. So let's carry on. Yeah, along these sewer tunnels there are various things that you can find which are of interest. There's like some hidden loot, but I'm not so bothered about it. I'm just gonna get out and end this thing right here. Hidden supplies. Oh, this is quite cool actually. Like this couple who've died in each other's arms. It's quite sad. Here's the guy's journal. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit this city. Damien. And here you can see they've died in each other's arms, which is like... not cool. So it shows that the kind of the real scope of this plague and the problem that the City Watch, everyone relies on this elixir, which is the health potions that we gather, and they rely on it to stave off the symptoms of this plague. When the symptoms get like severe enough, you turn into a weeper, which means you like weep blood out of your eyes and you become like basically a zombie. And the City Watch is dealing with this problem by basically sealing people off. People are like living in the sewers and stuff like that, and they're just dumping all the corpses into the rivers, and it's pretty nasty. So we can see here, that's what's going on. Like so. Just dumping some corpses down. And there's a dangerous rat swarm there, you can see. What we need to do here is we need to turn that wheel, which will take a little bit of time. So in order to get the rats out of the way, we'll just chuck these bodies down as like bait for them. And once they move over, which they should do, there we go. We can quickly clamber over here. No. So you have to face the thing and hold it for enough time for the bulkhead to properly open, and that's that. We can safely pass through.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
No one will keep us from death. You cannot kill the rat plague. Yes, quite. You can see a tripwire here. This is a trap someone's laid. There's like a bolt thrower there, which is going to shoot us if we pass through it. And the same that way. That just leads to some loot, so just going to step around the other way. What we can do, actually, I think, is to climb up and disarm that trap. And then we can pass through. But yeah. We've got an incendiary bolt, which we can't use yet. But that's okay, because we can use it soon enough, and we won't need to use it because we're not going to be killing anyone. The crossbow is very useful though, because you can fire sleep darts, which are one of the like easiest resources for dealing with people when you're going for non-lethal playthroughs. Yoink. And here we find our hidden supplies. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man Samuel, near where these tunnels spill into Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. Now here we get our retractable blade and our crossbow. Very nice. Crossbow is, as I said, very, very useful because you actually get 3 sleep darts when you pick it up and 8 normal bolts. We have that incendiary bolt which we just picked up. Obviously, like the pistol is just of absolutely no use to you if you don't want to kill anyone. There's no non-lethal option for the pistol. Okay. And if you sprint and then crouch, you can slide like so along the ground. So that's how we get under that tripwire. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Well, we're not going to bother with that. It's just like some loot we can get. Another trap here. Another incendiary bolt. Not that we need it.
He won't get past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Okay. Hello. Goodbye. Where's the other fella? There he goes. If you put down bodies onto the ground too close to conscious guards, then they will hear the sound of it and investigate.
Stay alert, you worms. He's not getting out this way on my watch.
Okay. One of the things they've been showing off about Dishonored 2 is a much greater use of vertical space. For example, the guards can actually climb, the levels are much taller. It just looks like really... like they fixed that, because basically in this game when you're above someone, even if you're like 5 feet above them, they just basically can't see you, so...
That's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
There's a guy underneath me somewhere, but I can't see where he is. Okay. And if we just pop out over here... up here, and we're just about done. See these cool like steampunk trains that go around, and they're the ones that dump these body bags, basically just dump the corpses all down in the sewers, which is not the way to contain plague, let's put it that way. Okay. There we go, we're done.
Over here. Quickly. I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, old man. Let's go. Okay, there we go. So, we have the ghost achievement for the mission. So, 0 people killed, 0 alarms rung, 0 bodies found, didn't kill anyone, and ghost. And that is basically that. Let's continue to the Hound Pits pub. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists in a circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pits pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. I'll take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Thanks for the lift, Samuel. Your cool little diesel punk ship. Okay, we're at the Hound Pits pub. I'm going to end the episode here. Next time we will meet the Loyalists and continue with our quest. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press like, leave a comment, and, you know, let me know what you think. Thank you very much, take care, and goodbye.